This topic's called order of operations with whole numbers, and it's not actually going to do the whole part of order of operations. We're just going to look at adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. So we're going to ignore the fact that there could be exponents and there could be parentheses. We'll tackle those in some other videos. So just to kind of, so would probably be your introductory problem set for order of operations. So just to kind of regroup before we start doing some problems, you always want to tackle multiplying and dividing first, and then after you tackle any multiplication and division, then you would move on to, let's see, addition and subtraction. New pen here, I'm just getting used to it. Alright, so that just means that just because I wrote the word multiplication first doesn't mean you go and look for all the multiplication problems, do those, and then come back and look for all the division problems. These can be tackled in whichever order they appear in the problem. You want to think of going from the left to the right. So as you look at the problem, scan it starting from the left to the right, whichever one pops up first, either multiplication or division, you would do that. And then continue on working through the right to the end of the problem, doing any multiplying and dividing. After that, then you would reset, start from the left again, and look for any addition or subtraction again. But again, it would be from whichever one popped up first as you scanned from the left to the right. So if a subtraction problem comes forward before an addition problem does as you're going from left to right, then you start with that. Just the tendency for people is to say the word add is coming first, so I need to add first, and that's not true at all. Okay, so let's just start with an example. Let's do our first example. 3 plus 4 times 6 minus 12 divided by 3. I'm going to assume in this instance, or actually all of these instances, that you do not have access to a calculator, and also that you know your times tables, division tables, addition tables, and subtraction tables. If not, I would suggest practicing those. Okay, as we look through the problem, again, if this is kind of new to you or you haven't done it in a while, your instinct is going to be to do the 3 plus 4 first. Part of that instinct comes because it's just the first operation you see, so you're jumping on it. The other instinct comes because you've known what 3 plus 4 is probably for the majority of your life. And so it's comforting to just jump to something you know. 3 plus 4, everyone knows that's 7. Boom, we just put it down. But you got to resist that. I call that the number devil sitting on your shoulder, whispering in your ear, doing 3 plus 4, do your 3 plus 4. Ignore that guy. He's evil. The next operation that we see when we ignore the 3 plus 4 is the 4 times 6. That's perfect. We're looking for multiplication and division, so we're going to start right there, and we're going to do the 4 plus 6, change that to 24, and I'm a big believer in rewriting problems as you go. It slows you down a little bit, sure, but you're way less apt to make mistakes. Again, I did the 3 plus 4. I'm looking at the next operation after the 24. That's a minus sign. I'm not ready to do minusing, so then I have 12 divided by 3, so that will be my next operation to do. So I'm copying my 3, I'm copying my 24, copying the minus sign. 12 divided by 3 will give me 4. All my multiplication and division are done for this problem, so now I'm going to reset back at the left-hand side, and I'm going to look and I'm going to see the first thing to do is 3 plus 24. That will give me 27. Copying the rest of the problem, I now need to minus the 4. 27, take away 4, is going to give you a 23. So that's a really long kind of explanation process on how you do these things. So let's do another example. Alright, for this example, we will try 8 divided by 12. Sorry, 8 divided by 2, that would be a little better. Because we haven't really tackled any of the exponents or decimals at this point, or at least that's what I'm going to assume. Plus 4 times 5. Again, starting from the left-hand side, we're looking for multiplication and division problems. Right off the bat, we have an 8 divided by 2. That will give us 4. And I'm going to copy the rest just to make sure that I'm not rushing things. I now look at what I have from the left. I have an addition sign I'm going to ignore. I have another addition sign that I'm going to ignore, and there's a multiplication sign. So I need to tackle that next. Copying my 4, copying my plus 4, copying the next plus sign. 4 times 5 is going to give me 20. Alright, again, starting from the left-hand side, I just go right through adding and subtracting as they pop up. The first thing is an addition sign. I have 8. Copy the rest of the problem, and I know that 8 plus 20 will give me 28. End of the problem. Alright, let's try another one. This is example 3. We have 7 plus 2 times 7 minus 15 divided by 5. And again, I hear the number devil. I've been teaching math for a long time, and I still hear the number devil in my ear saying, oh, 7 plus 2, I know what that is. It's the first thing. Let's get it out of the way because that's awesome. I feel good that 7 plus 2 is 9. We have to ignore that. We're not ready to do plus and minus yet. We need to look for multiplication and division. First thing that we see here is we have our 7 times 2, so that will give us 14. As I'm copying the rest, I am noticing that there is a division sign here. So I'm going to tackle that next, but I'm going to copy the 7, the 14, and the minus sign, and then 15 divided by 5 will give me 3. Next, I reset, starting from the left-hand side, looking for adding and subtracting in whatever order they go, from left to right. 7 plus 14 gives me 21, and 21 minus 3 is going to give me 18. Alright, if you're up for it, why don't you copy down this problem here, and try it on your own. Hit pause after you copy it down, and then try it on your own, and then hit play and see how you do. The problem is 7 plus 12 divided by 3 plus 4 times 7. Alright, hit pause, give it a whirl. Okay, first thing we need to do here is we need to do the division, because it's the first thing in order from left to right. 12 divided by 3 will give me 4. I now see that I have a multiplication problem that needs to be done. So 7 plus 4 times 7 will give you 28. The next step is to start your addition from left to right. 7 plus 4 will give you 11. And then you have 11 plus 28, which will give you 39. Alright, I hope you got that right. I'm going to do one more on one more slide. So again, if you want a little bit of independent practice, write the problem down and hit pause and then give it a whirl. 5 plus 15 divided by 3 plus 4 times 6. Alright. Again, ignore the number devil. 5 plus 15, that feels like a comforting one that we've known for a while, but we're going to ignore that because that's not the first step. We have to start with division. 15 divided by 3 will give us 5. And then as I'm rewriting, I notice that I do have a multiplication problem that I need to do. And 4 times 6, that will give us 24. And then again, I'm resetting because my multiplication and division are all done. So I'm going again from left to right. 5 plus 5 is 10. And then 10 plus 24 will give us 34. Alright, I hope this helped. I'm going to have another video. Look for the one called Order of Operations with whole numbers and grouping symbols. Then there'll be another one with Order of Operations with whole numbers, which will have exponents and grouping symbols. And there are also some videos that I've done where you're going to be doing order of operations similar to all of this, but the only difference is it won't be with whole numbers, they'll be with integers, which means that you'll be dealing with positive and negative numbers. Thanks for listening.